Hello and welcome back to PNL Podcast. That's Paranormal NL Podcast, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. I'm your host and founder, Jen Noseworthy. Thank you for tuning in to UPRN, the Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in Ireland and 105.3 FM on that Gulf. Watch and listen to PNL Podcast every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on UPRNTalkRadio.com. Now, for tonight's Paranormal Prism special on UPRN segment number 95, I've got a special guest waiting backstage from Ottawa, Canada, and a co-host guest from North Carolina, who I'll bring on shortly. Now it's time to grab your favorite back-to-school juice box, a few spooky munchies, and get ready for the show tonight. Paranormal NL Podcast is sponsored by the Bog Team. It's a boots-on-the-ground Bog Team doing historical paranormal investigations in Newfoundland, Canada. If you find yourself coming back to the show and you like the content, please smash that subscribe and like buttons. Gratitude, folks. It all helps. Now, you can also grab PNL Podcast and Bog Team merch if you want it at TeePublic on our link tree, Paranormal NL Podcast. And also, all Bog Team music heard in the intro and the exit is available for download and use at all social media and streaming music platforms. PNL Podcast believes in supporting international paranormal networking and highlighting global paranormal people, places, and things. Now, let's get on with the show tonight. We have all the way, actually, I'm going to bring on the co-host first. From North Carolina, we've got Mr. Rob Shelsky. Welcome, Rob.
Welcome, ma'am. And aren't you going to do the drum roll for me? Oh, there you are.
Should I say welcome back? You've been a fixture here at PNL for a little while. So thanks again for being co-host on PNL. Folks are loving it. Tell the folks listening now around the world who haven't heard you a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I was brought up in. No, I'm kidding. I'm an author, and I've written over 83 books because I'm halfway through 84. And I've been an on-camera expert for a Travel Channel show. I have a long history of UFO investigation as well as cryptids and anything to do with paranormal because I love all of it. And I'm excited about the show tonight.
Awesome. Well, we're really glad to have you here. Now we're going to bring on our main guest here tonight. Look, there he is. It's Lee Hatfield, all the way
Jen.
from
Hi, Rob.
Ottawa.
Hi there.
Hi. How you both doing?
No, I should say welcome back. I think you were on in, I want to say season 3 and also season 4, because you were with us when we did the Father's Day episode. That was really fun.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Lee, for the folks listening on UPRN around the world who didn't get to see that episode, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I've just got released from prison about a week ago. I was doing Rob's thing.
I thought I recognized you.
Oh, no.
What's just got the number missing. So I'm originally from the UK. I've been in Canada, in Ottawa, for 13 years. I was originally with SEPA Canada.
Yes, I had you on the Christmas show with SEPA. We
You
got to
did.
give a shout out to your buddies over there. I had Logan Wagner on and Walter Nakamura was there with you.
Yeah, that's it. And for various reasons, more for the benefit of the podcast, I decided to rename the podcast. And I always see it backwards. So it's Lam Ron Rap.
Congratulations on the new podcast, Paranormal Prism.
There we go. That's how you say it. You can say it the right way. I can't, you see. So I've got to read it backwards.
So are you liking living in Ottawa?
Yeah, it's okay. See, yeah, I wish I was more to the East Coast because I'm from the coast originally myself. I'm not really a city boy. I'm more of a country and a coastal person.
A country bumpkin?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've got one of these bits of corn that I put in my mouth somewhere. I'll have to find it.
Now I got to say thank you for your service for the Royal Air Force.
Thank you.
Because that was in another part and time of your life back in the UK. I have to ask you, while you were with them, I don't remember if I asked or not, did you have any paranormal type experiences or any of your buddies?
Not that we really recall. However, and this wasn't mentioned in the past. So I was based at a place called RAF Cranwell in Lincolnshire, which is the officer training location. And one of their buildings is called College Hall. And whenever the officers graduate, that's where they do the graduation. And sometimes you get royalty coming and high-ranking officers, and all the guys that have just graduated can do the parade thing. And in the dining room, they have photographs of all semi-famous people or wartime pilots and that sort of stuff. And one of the pictures was of Douglas Bader. So you're a bit young, Jen, compared to me and Rob, but if you don't know who Douglas Bader is, he's a World War II fighter pilot that lost both his legs.
Oh, gosh.
And he actually went back to carry on flying without any legs. And he was basically a really famous World War II pilot. There was a film about him. I can't remember which actor played him, but so there's a picture.
I wonder, did he know Amelia? She was over here in Newfoundland.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's a picture or a painting of him in the dining room. And when you start working there, they always say, "Oh, well, this painting's haunted." It's like, don't be ridiculous. Of course, it's not. And then they go, "No." And if you look at the painting of Douglas Bader, there's like a woman's face on his right side. So as you're looking to it, it's on the left. And they've taken the picture down, they've cleaned it, they've x-rayed it. As soon as they take it down, the face disappears. Put it back up again, the face reappears. And it's not sunshine coming in from the windows because it's quite a high ceiling, probably 30, 40 feet. So
like my window there.
Yeah, so the sun rays don't even get anywhere close. So it's not anything to do with shadow or anything like that. Because when they take it down, the face is still there for a few days, then it disappears. And back in the day, there's an author by the name of Bruce Barrymore Halpenny, who wrote 8 books on ghost stations. So there's a lot of stories about the Royal Air Force stations in the UK being haunted for obvious reasons, with all the trauma that of plane crashes and people dying. So he was coming to one of my local stores, and I had 3 of his books already, and I was going to buy the 4th one. So I took the books to get him signed. And he goes, "Oh, have you got any stories?" So I told him about this painting. And he went, "Here's my email address. Write the full story about it, and I'll put you in a future edition." And then book 6, when I was like, yeah, this is like 85, 86, 87 kind of time. I'm actually in book 6 telling
the story
about this painting.
Wow. World War II, is a very important historical part of Newfoundland and Labrador when it comes to paranormal stuff. I mean, that just seeped in all over Newfoundland. We had all kinds of U-boats and, soldiers, and our whole island had like guns and cannons everywhere. It was a huge part of our hauntings and stuff downtown.
So being Canadian as well, you'll know that there's only 2 flying Lancasters in the world. One's Canadian and one's from the UK. The one that's based at RAF Coningsby, which is about 10 miles from where I used to live. But there's another Lancaster that's not airworthy, but it can taxi down the runway. And it's at a museum called East Kirkby. So every now and then they taxi it down the runway and bring it back. But it's a proper museum. They've got like a air traffic control and a police station and all these various things. And ghost investigators have been to this location because at night time, when all the power's turned off, they can see lights in the air traffic control.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a really spooky location. Plus, it's also the place of, if a farmer is farming his field and he comes across a crashed wreck that was buried below the soil, they call out a team called LARGE, which is Lincolnshire Aircraft Recovery Group, and they actually have their warehouse, or whatever you want to call it, where they will extract all the parts from the crashed aircraft, clean them up, and then display them. So all that area around there is really known for its spooky.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of places or aircraft and things like that were refurbished and used for something else, like civilian airline or something, and those planes were reported to be haunted because of all the trauma associated with them.
Eastern Airlines down in Florida, the crash in the Everglades. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But they took parts from that airplane that survived the crash, and they put them on other planes, and then they began seeing ghosts. You want to call them ghosts?
There was seeing air crew.
Yes.
Down,
and sitting in a seat. Yeah. They went up and talked to them. One was a captain sitting in a passenger seat, and both the attendant and the captain of the plane walked back, and he wouldn't talk, and then he just disappeared, I believe.
Wow. That's like that boat. I forget the name of her. Is it St. Mary? Very haunted. Just a sister ship of the Titanic. Queen Mary. Yeah, the sister ship of the Titanic. She's very haunted, right?
I've been on it. The Queen Mary, not the Titanic.
Did you get any experiences while you were on the sister ship?
Well, sort of like Want on the Titanic.
Yeah. I went down with it,
He's reincarnated from the Titanic. Yeah. That's why your room is so blue, right? You like that
it's ice blue, I call it.
Now, Lee, I had to ask you. My husband wants to know: are you related to Chris Hatfield?
He's a Hatfield. I'm a Hatfield.
There you go. My honey got the name all wrong.
So, funnily enough, I've got a friend who's a journalist, and he actually interviewed Chris Hatfield, and he actually did a video recording. So, my buddy's called Chris Hatfield. So Chris Hatfield actually did a video recording and my buddy kind of recorded it. But
that's cool.
A Hatfield story though, because I'm big involved with the Comic Con. A few years ago at Montreal, we had Chuck Norris turn up.
Oh, Chuck!
And he brought his own Texas Ranger with him, whose name was Hatfield.
Really?
And then because I get notified of these kind of things, because I'm kind of one of the team leads, I found out that this guy was called Hatfield. So when he turned up, I'm like, you and me have got the same last name. He went, but you're from England. And I went, duh. Like, and he goes, oh, well, I'm from southern United States. And he literally calls Chuck, who's walking in front of us, Chuck, just stop a minute. I want to take a selfie with Lee because we both got the same last name. So he made Chuck Norris wait while me and him are having a selfie taken.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hang on a sec, Chuck.
Yeah. Just wait a minute. We're busy.
So are you still fighting the McCoys, or did you get over that? Hatfield and McCoy?
I was ask that question.
Well, somebody had to.
A lot, I bet, right? Have you ever been to Sherwood Forest?
Yes.
Or over in Nottingham. Is it as haunted as they say it is?
Change the subject, Jen. Well diverted of changing that subject before I start giving Rob a hard time. Yeah, I have been to Sherwood Forest and what's it? Expedition X with Josh Gates.
Yes, I just watched it. There was all kinds of activity.
Yeah, those caves underneath Nottingham are so haunted. Yeah, everybody that will get activity when they go down there. They are fascinating, they really are. That's only
Did you get something thrown at you when you went down there?
No, I did not.
No,
it's about an hour and a half from where I used to live, so it's not that far away.
Who dug them?
About,
who did the caves? Do you know?
It was a bit before my time. It was even before the Titanic. No, but they are kind of like really kind of oldie worldy medieval kind of age. They're even older than what US and Canada is. Like we're talking 500, 600, 700 years old.
Yeah, like
really
1200 or something.
I heard there were tunnels up in Scotland that date back 5,000 years, and in Europe as well. Germany, that area.
Edinburgh's got some tunnels as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Popular war tactic, I guess, right? Tunnels.
Yeah. Well, they were searching last night for a medieval sword, so that kind of tells you what kind of time period. But my hometown in the
what was it, halfpence, literally half cut in half. That's how they made change back in the day, right?
Yeah, sort of like here's a coin, and they'll cut it in half and give you your half back.
Can you imagine? 50 cents on the dollar here, I'll just rip it in half and give it to you.
What about this sword in the stone they found recently? Do you know anything about that? I was just curious. I saw it in passing.
Say that again, Rob. Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said.
A sword in a stone that they found recently. Excuse me.
I read something about it, but it kind of one of these things that you start reading about it on social media, and then it zips away, and I've not really.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't do a follow-up on it. I should have. But they actually found a sword in a stone in England.
I think recently. Andy and Tommy pulled the sword out, and then they made another. You got another podcast, right?
We have,
Somewhat or other. Now, tell me about the name of it. Why is it called that?
So in the UK, we have a team. If you're not quite sure what you're going to get, it's Summit or other. So, can you go and get some chips or something? Or what flavour do you want? I don't know, Summit or other. So, you get what you get given. So it can mean all, everything or nothing. So it's actually pronounced Summit, but the way that it came out, it's now Somat. But so we decided, because me and Andy and Tommy have got our own chat on WhatsApp. So we're talking, and Andy says, well, we can call it this or we can call it that. We just need something that says Paranormal Summit or other as an expression. And I went, let's have that. That'll do.
There you go.
Yeah. So
we definitely got to give them a shout out. Sure.
Yeah.
Andy made the intro. So if y'all are interested in getting your own intro, you can hit up Andy, Alienate to UK. And you were talking about a 12-hour long Yeah, tell us about that. That must have been a very long episode.
It wasn't me because I'm not an idiot, but he is.
With lots of coffee.
I can say that because he gives me so much grief because we both do AI videos, but I'm only learning, but he's been doing it a while. So there was a picture of me in Fiji last year. I've got a Fiji rugby top on and I'm wearing a sarong because it's nice and cool.
Right.
And he made it dancing and all this kind of stuff. So it's like giving me a hard time. But he did about a month or so now. It was over a Saturday and Sunday. It was going to do a 24-hour one, but then he thought, no, I need my beauty sleep. So we decided to do 12 hours on the Saturday and then 12 hours on the Sunday. And then he'd got a few guests scheduled, but then any of his friends that wanted to pop on could just pop on and say hi. So I think I did something like 3 hours on the Saturday and maybe 4 on the Sunday because I've not got a life. Yeah.
Were we on together on Saturday? Because I think that was the show I was on in the morning.
I came in the afternoon, so maybe not.
Yeah, I spent 2.5 hours in the morning on the show. I don't know how he kept going. I really don't.
Lots and lots of coffee. Or you know what? Maybe it was Tommy's Dr. Pepper. I was making fun of Tommy because he was drinking Dr. Pepper on an episode.
But it's quite funny because when we were recording the first episode of Paranormal Summit Over, we literally recorded for 2 hours.
Wow.
And all we did was rip the out of each other for 2 hours solid. Because Tommy gets the brunt of it because he's ginger.
But was this the episode where you met each other on the Father's Day episode that I did, or you met each other before?
They weren't. I can't remember. No, who was on that? I can't remember now. Tommy was on it. Andy
Wayne,
wasn't.
you and Wayne. and Tommy and Andy.
Was Andy? Yeah, well, that was the first time I'd met Andy.
Yes.
And then I had him on the show a few weeks later.
And this is a Christmas episode that y'all did with the other team. So do you still hang out with the SIPA crew every now and again?
Well, because I've got this second podcast going and I'm just working with a guy who's local, is in Montreal. We are actually changing platforms. So because I knew how busy I was going to get, I couldn't really commit to investigating. So I kind of said, I'm going to be honest about it. I've got these projects coming up. I'm kind of going to be in a small movie, but I can't tell you about that.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, but that's a long story. But so because I've got these different projects, I didn't really want to have any late nights and stuff like that because, for example, this week and last week, I'm probably got 10 podcasts.
That's a lot
in a 2-week period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to like doing the 30-minute episodes, but everybody wants the hour-long ones. So I'm giving out the 60-minute ones right now. Are you still teaching your class on your equipment?
I am. Yeah? So that's PPRI as well. And they're your neck of the woods somewhere. On the East Coast.
Prince Edward Island? Yeah.
No. PPRI is a company.
Oh, okay.
They are, where are they? I can't remember this.
East Coast somewhere?
Yeah, East Coast somewhere. But they've had the summer time off, and we're going to get cracking into it again in the fall. So
I've got an EMF detector up here in case the ghosts get excited. They can put that one off. I had some cat balls, but the ghosts got real excited with them and wore out all the batteries. I need to get me some more cat balls. Rob, I got to send you some cat balls for your cat on the bed. Where is she? Is she there by the pillow? Right there.
Could you not see that, Jen? I can see her. Look, just there. Look.
Wait, unmute your mic, Rob. Rob, you're muted. There you are.
No, I'm not. You lied. I'm not.
I can see a little fur ball there by the pillow.
Yeah, that is Quark, a little fur ball. He's overweight, but he's a calico. He's orange and white, but he's got black spots on him. So he's like 1 in 3,000, a male calico.
Lee, do you want to do some investigation in Rob's bedroom there? I've been teasing Rob that he's got something creeping around his bedroom.
See the clown in the background?
Oh, clowns. Oh.
Yeah.
What? Is that new?
Is that me?
No, is it new?
No, it's not new. It dates back to 1985.
I don't remember seeing that in there.
It crawled out of the closet. Well, when I had to get this new bed in, gosh, I had to do everything. Clean out the closet. I mean, you name it, I had to do it to get that thing in here. What a job. It's like a week-long effort getting that thing in here. And it's so high.
What do you think, Lee? You got any equipment in your room?
So I'm actually in the corner of the lounge, so you can't see it, but TV's over there. Wife is sat over there on the sofa.
Hello, wifey.
All my equipment is kind of over here.
Elsewhere.
Are those your books? Are those your books?
Yes. Yeah, I've wrote them all, Rob. Yes.
Well, get back to me when you write another 60.
Okay, I've read them. Read and write sounds similar, so yeah, that'll do.
Oh yeah, it sounds real similar.
Lee, what's the most popular question you get about the paranormal equipment?
Well, it's kind of like, which one do you like using the most?
Mm-hmm.
But I like to think that I'm more of a logical investigator rather than a bells and whistles. So you get all these devices that have got the flashy lights and make all the noises. But I like starting at the basics. So like, if you call me to your place and go, I think I've got a ghost, then I'm going to look at the natural
right, try to make sure it's not the house per se, right? Or something.
Exactly, yeah. And like
electrical wire problem or something.
Exactly, yeah. So EMF can cause hallucinations, as can black mold, as can mild doses of carbon monoxide and stuff like that. So if you want to do an investigation correctly, you have to rule these out before you start talking to yourself in a dark room.
Right. Rule out all the natural stuff.
That's it. But even if you manage to say, well, you've got faulty wiring, this is what's causing your headaches, this is what's causing you to be sick, and probably causing you to have hallucinations. If you pull that away from the equation and everything stops, it may not be haunted, you may be disappointed, but at least you're helping the house owner. And that's the objective of the exercise at the end of the day.
I like your approach. I'm kind of in the same way. I like the scientific method. I like to, like I've said before in here, I like to kick the tires of a UFO to make sure it's real. But by the way, I saw the one plane. It was in Lincoln or near Lincoln at an Air Force base there. I went there and got to see one of the two originals that still flew. But I thought that was they're big, much bigger than I realized.
Oh, they're huge, absolutely huge. They really are, yeah.
And now you live in Canada now?
I do, yeah.
And you talk about the East Coast. What are you talking about? Prince Edward Island? Newfoundland?
Where she is.
I'm in Newfoundland.
That's not the East Coast.
He's a mainlander. He's up on the mainland.
So the East Coast from here is about 16 hours away. That way.
Yeah, it's the same way in the United States.
Yeah.
Everything's far from everything else. But,
so have any of your friends or buddies ever talk about UFOs with the Air Force? Have they ever seen anything in the skies? Odd.
The thing is, I know Rob's wrote quite a few books on UFOs, but because I was in the military and we used to see aircraft taking off and landing all the time, you kind of get like logical and go, light in the sky, it must be an aircraft. Lights disappeared. Oh, the aircraft's banked and gone a different direction. So you never really thought about it being anything else. But unfortunately, now that I'm in a city, we've got a lot of light pollution as well. it's very difficult for us to look into the sky and see, oh, look, there's a UFO. It goes past. But I've never seen the UFO that's got tires. But Rob was saying that he kicks the tires of the UFO.
Well, maybe that's why I can't kick the tires of one. They don't have tires, you know. That would explain it.
Yeah. But as far as I'm aware, I've not really experienced anything UFO-ish, but I would love to. Be really cool.
So what's all the pictures on your wall there next to you, Lee?
So they're here, plus they're behind this as well.
Okay.
My third great grandfather fought in Waterloo, and if you know the actor Sean Bean that dies in most of his movies, at the start of his career, he was in a TV show called Sharp, which was based on the Napoleonic Wars.
Oh, I watched that. It was a good show.
Yeah. So all these pictures are of people in character. There's nobody in normal everyday clothes. They're all in character, and pretty much most of them have been signed. And like I say, I've got loads behind here as well. But
Nice.
I was kind of watching the show, and I thought these place names sound familiar, but I couldn't figure out where I knew them from. And it wasn't until I jumped into my family tree and just like catching up that I noticed that my grandfather fought in some of the locations that were depicted in the TV show. So it's like
There it is.
Yeah, so this is why I have my sharp corner. And one of the guys that was in it, Harris, I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. He's really cool.
Love it.
Have you watched Sharp at all, Jen?
Jen.
No, I haven't.
No. Oh, it's adventure. It takes place during, I think, the Napoleonic Wars. But I found it was really well done. And, you know, I liked
Absolutely, yeah.
Now,
So,
tell me
Rob,
something. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. Go ahead.
that's okay. You and I'll talk about Sharp, and then we'll just leave Jen to
Leave
watch.
her out of it. Yeah.
A few names came up on Spirit Talker. I don't know if it means anything to you. So somebody had bad memories. Gregory, Alice, Anderson, Beatrice. Is that it?
I wondered what those noises were in the background, but you got your spirit box switched on.
I do. Better watch out. Somebody was warning me.
Yeah. Well, Rob, you had a question.
Yes, I know that you're into the paranormal. What field of the paranormal interests you the most? Is it the afterlife, ghosts, hauntings, UFOs? What really trips your trigger, so to speak?
I was a skeptic for the longest time, and you might know him more than what Jen will, but there was a guy called Arthur C. Clarke, and back in the days, he had a magazine called Arthur C. Clarke's Unexplained, and this was one of these like weekly magazines that you could collect and put them into the binders, and that was the first time I started reading about anything that was paranormal. And it had things like the Bermuda Triangle, cryptids, UFOs, spontaneous human combustion. And I was absolutely convinced that I was going to be experiencing these on a daily basis in my adult life. And I was very disappointed when I didn't. So I really get fascinated by ghosts, because if there is an afterlife, I want to know what it's all about. And I'm fascinated by mediums, because if mediums can see, hear, feel, I want to experience exactly what they're seeing, exactly what they're feeling and hearing. I want to be there. I want to be that person to experience all that. But I interviewed somebody a few months ago who talked about time slips.
Okay.
So it's a kind of like a different version of time travel, but you're driving down a road, you turn a corner, and you're in a different era. And one of the stories that she came out with was a couple wanted to go to a print shop to pick up some ink for the printer. So when they turned the corner and pulled up outside what they thought was the shop, the owners already got the parcel waiting for them, which they thought was a bit weird and he looked like he was dressed a little bit odd. So they put the parcel in the trunk, said their goodbyes, drove home, and as they turned out of that particular street, back to normality. When they got home, they opened the trunk. The parcel in the trunk had aged 50 or 60 years.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the next day they decided, well, this is weird. Let's go back and find it. And the place they went back to had been demolished about 10, 15 years previous. And it's like, okay, they've got the evidence to say that they got this parcel from this guy. Who was he? Where did he come from? And what did they experience? And that kind of like blew my mind when she was telling me about it. So, yeah, I do like my ghosts and my spirits and stuff like that. But talking about this as well, it kind of like, yeah, I want to know more about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Were you ever talking to JJ Rose? Because she had some sort of like a different time thing happen to her. And a lot of people, Rob, you wrote a book on the Mandela effect. Is that sort of similar? Like, is time slip causing that, you think?
I wrote 2 books on time travel as well, and they include a lot of time slips, including ones in England on Bold Street in Liverpool.
Yes, that was another.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. And now, according to Einstein, they're saying such time loops are quite possible. That his equations allow for it, and that time doesn't flow like a river at all. In fact, they're saying time is an illusion. I wish someone would tell that to my mirror.
Now, why do you guys think they turned off the Hadron Collider? Do you think that it was causing space rips or in time ripples?
I don't think CERN had anything to do with it. I think it's quantum computers, if anything.
Quantum computers, like AI type stuff?
Because they came online the very first week, right about the time that they first started talking about the Mandela effect. In fact, the Mandela effect, people started discussing it very shortly after, I can't think of her name, Edith Broom?
Skynet.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But she, Skynet, yeah. Oh, look, here they come now.
All the drones.
By the way, I want to show you guys something. You look Canadian, how pale you are. You look like you could be English rather than Canadian. And look at the color of my skin. I think I must have the Trump complexion.
What?
Oh, come on.
Well, you started off being blue.
Sunshine.
You started off being blue and now you're green. So don't even go down that road, dude.
Yeah, no politics.
By the end of the podcast, you might be a different color again.
I could be right now.
Are you trying to say you're an alien, Rob?
Do you know that for years someone kept calling me an alien?
Really?
I mean, all the time. Yeah, they really thought.
Why?
And then one time I was sleeping and they said, I saw you sleeping the other day. And I said, yeah. And they said, well, you looked, and I thought they were going to say you look like a little angel when you're sleeping, like an innocent or a little boy or something, It was a few years ago. And they go, do you know even when you're asleep, you look like an alien?
What?
And that really ticked me off.
I can't believe they said that. That must have been when you had your bedroom green, was it?
I was going to say, I'll be more concerned on who's watching me sleep in my bedroom. So,
right, yeah. It's that thing that we're teasing Rob about.
But
actually, it was my sister. So
is that my cat screaming or your cat?
Jen,
let me see. Oh, it's Oliver, I think.
Oh, okay.
Jen, you mentioned JJ Rose earlier.
Yes.
She freaked me out. She freaked me out when I interviewed her when she described my shower curtain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when she goes to your house, she goes to your house.
Yeah.
You talk about remote viewing and stuff like that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How talented some people are.
I made her do it on, live in the interview. Yeah. And I'm saying to her, what's down here, at the bottom of my monitor? Because there's no way that she could see it. And I had the pictures there at the time, but there would be no way.
Would you have dirty pictures down there?
No, sharp ones. Come on, woman. but she said,
yeah,
I don't want to be rude. Yeah. She said, I don't want to be rude, but it looks like you've got some toy soldiers down there. And what I've got is my Napoleonic Lego soldiers.
Oh, so she sensed that. Cool.
How the
They
hell?
say men never grow up, and there's your evidence. He's got toy soldiers, Lego no less.
Right, if you could see my apartment, just up here, I've got a 3-foot Titanic.
There's that word again.
Titanic, yeah. And I've got Lego. Like, our place is full of Lego. I find it so therapeutic. It's great.
Do you make Legos?
No,
Stuff?
I build
No.
Lego. There's a
You
difference.
build stuff, yeah. Do you ever step on them at night, though?
Yeah, I don't build
That's
them or make them. I step on them. Yeah.
Jen, I'm a grown-up. I build. I don't make.
He's architecturally inclined with Legos.
Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Not that you can see much Lego, because you can kind of see the Eiffel Leaning Tower of Pisa just in the corner over there.
Have you been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yeah, it's up there. Look, it's, I've been to see it. Yes, I've
You're
actually
pointing
been
to
there.
something, but all I see is a little tiny black and white picture. What are you pointing to?
Well, no. Go right up there,
Like right here?
right in the top corner of my screen. You'll see something white.
Oh, I do
So-
see it, white on white. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to see it, but it's there. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah. I went there. I was amazed to find out it was a bell tower, and next to it, which you never hear about in the United States, is this massive cathedral, and also
Yes.
this huge domed baptistry.
Yeah.
I was more impressed with those than I was with the crazy old
Yeah,
tower.
because you kind of walk down the wall and go through the archway, and it's just there, and it's like you don't say, "Oh, these are the buildings" when you see
No.
the picture.
And whenever anyone shows you the Tower of Pisa, it's always by itself. They're not showing you all this massive
Yeah.
stuff in the background.
And then you
Hey,
get
what's
loads
some
of
other hot spots in the UK that you've been to paranormally?
Well, one place that I would have loved to have gone to, but it burnt down before I was born, was Borley Rectory.
Oh, what's that?
It was said to be the most haunted location in the UK at one point, but it burnt down.
That is considered one of the most famous haunted buildings of all time.
Yeah.
Although I've heard recently some of it's been disproven.
And I was just about to mention that, Rob. I actually wrote a paper on Borley Rectory because for this course that I did when I did a course on ghosts and hauntings, you could pick a subject. So I went Borley Rectory because I grew up with Borley Rectory, and it fascinated me. But then you find out that the main investigator, Harry Price, had pebbles in his jacket pocket so that he could just launch them. And then one of the other incidents was the vicar's wife was making up stories about ghosts to hide an affair that she was having with the gardener.
What?
And I was so disappointed.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
But it's really weird though, Jen, because you asked me that question, and when I was in the UK, I was still going through my skeptical phase. So I didn't really start investigating until I came to Canada.
Okay.
But
Canada will do that for you. You know, you go to Canada.
Do you have anything in Canada that sticks out in your mind? That's the best that you've seen or experienced?
Not that you guys will know the locations, but we have there's a jail about an hour away towards Montreal, and it's in French, but I always say it wrong because I'm from England, but it's like L'Oréal jail. And I was there helping somebody set up for a public event, got my camera walking around, and then I got this stroke down the side of my face, which was like, and you think, well, okay, it could be a cobweb, it could be spiders, whatever. But the room was being decorated. There was fresh paint on the walls, decorating boards, and paint pots and things on the floor, and the smell of paint. So they'd been there that day decorating. So it wasn't a spider or anything, and it was deep into the jail. And then just before Christmas, we were investigating one of these old home kind of that they try to redo to how it looked like when it was first built. And I was upstairs walking around with my camera. My arm was sticking out of I got my thumb in my pant pocket. So I'm kind of doing like got my elbow sticking out. And I felt like a child's hand grabbed my 3 fingers.
Okay.
Again, logical mind, well, it could be cobwebs, it could be spiders. But if my arm's sticking out like this with my elbow, my shoulder and my elbow are going to take out any cobwebs. But when you have cobwebs, it kind of feels, you can kind of tell that it's a cobweb when it lands up. And this felt like it literally was a grab of my 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Was it warm or cold?
It actually felt quite cold, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering.
But,
yeah, I've had a ghost hold onto my hand before on a night shift. It's a weird feeling, isn't it? It's like, ooh, it's like,
it is. It's weird because your mind's saying to you, you've just had your hand held.
Right.
But then the other part of the brain's going, don't be ridiculous.
There's nothing there. Like, what did that? Right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a conflict within your head going, did I really experience that? Yeah, I did, because I looked down. I felt something grab my hand.
And then, like you did, your scientific mind kicks in.
Yeah.
Spider web, like something, anything.
Yeah, exactly. But
It happens to me when I use drugs. They just kick in, and then I see all sorts of pretty things. But the problem with the ghost thing is so often, and I know they're trying to get around it with all this instrumentation, but I have my doubts about the spirit boxes. I don't know if they're just random voices or.
So I've got a theory about that, Rob. So because I do this course, I basically tell people, this is a piece of crap, don't buy it. Yeah, it's that kind of course. So if you've got a spirit box going and it's coming out with random words, you should never, ever force those words into the investigation. Like, if you're talking about a family and it comes out with orangutan, it's not going to be connected to the investigation, so you can completely debunk it. But if you kind of say, well, what day is it? And then you hear the word Tuesday, or any other day of the week, it's kind of related to what you're saying in the investigation. So you can kind of marry the two together. But yes.
I've had to do a lot of very specific words and things, though, related to what you were investigating, which is interesting.
They are, but then the amount of words that relate are probably this amount compared to what words come out that have got no reference. It's like this amount. So you have to be very cryptid. You have to be very cryptic into what words are actually related, because the 3 of us with SEPA went to a jail in Cornwall, and they had a big spirit box going off, and Logan said, "Can you say our 3 names?" and then said Logan, Walter, and Lee. So after a couple of seconds, we heard we. And Logan goes, well, it just said yes in French. And I went, did it say we as in yes, or did it say Lee? And he went, oh, I never thought about that. The first thing that came to my head was yes in French. So, you've got to be really careful in putting these words into the investigation.
Interpreting everything. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Because you watch it on TV and they all, banana. Oh, how can we fit banana into this investigation? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, so-and-so's got a banana-coloured T-shirt on. It's like, no.
Oliver is making a big appearance for us, looking very dapper.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what it is about cats, but in the last 2 podcasts that I've recorded, I've had 2 cats for the guest jump up right in front of their camera. So, Rob, look out.
It happens a lot.
It's going to be 3 for 3.
I think they just want airtime. I think they're egotistical little monsters. You can't trust them.
He's getting a wonderful bath.
Why did he come over here? See the black spot on him? He is a calico. See right there? He's got more than one.
more than one spots. Yeah.
And
Do
then
you
the other
have
one-
pets, Lee? I don't remember if you did or not.
No,
No pets.
We had
Not even a
dog.
plant.
No, no. I don't have green fingers. We had a dog up to about 18 months ago, and she sadly passed. But
Oh, sorry.
the thing is, I used to be a paramedic, Rob, so I've dealt with death a lot. I used to be a firefighter, dealt with death a lot. But to have that dog pass away, like horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
The worst.
People,
Their family. Their family.
Yeah.
100%. 100% they are. Yeah.
And people don't understand that you grieve for them just like you would for a human being. Sometimes
You
more.
do. Yeah.
You know.
This is
100%.
actually the 1-year anniversary of my orange kitty passing. And and the other dog that we had, he passed 7 years ago, and it's still, you still feel it.
Yeah, you do. You never goes.
No. And we do have some paranormal weirdness that goes on sometimes with the pets here. And Sin Schrader Hill actually put it in one of her books. It's Not Goodbye. There's a whole chapter on it.
It's really weird because we live in an apartment block, so we've got the balcony door, and you can slide the bottom glass up, and you have like a mesh so you can get fresh air to come through.
Right.
But when the dog was out on the balcony and wanted to come back in, and if the door was closed, it used to scrape against the wire mesh. So we would get up, open the door. After she had passed, we heard that a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah, like the sound of her claws on the mesh. But of course, there was nothing there. So was it? I don't know.
Makes you wonder, right? Like, are you really hearing that, or because you want to, or because you miss the sound, or is it
It's hard to
really
figure it
there?
out, isn't it? If it's just longing to have it, or a lot of people after someone passes, they'll see something like birds will come and land on their arm, and they're just sure it's a sign from their loved one. Is it? It could be. I don't know.
Or is it a time slip?
But the thing is, though, Bob,
Is it a standing wave?
yeah,
That's the latest theory about ghosts. Have you heard that one?
no,
Like the stone tape theory kind of thing? Or-
Energy can exist in a standing wave. If you're in a plane and looking down at the ocean way below you, everything seems frozen. There's waves, but they don't appear to be moving because the energy is coming through that wave and then passing on. The wave stays right where it is. And that's a standing wave, and they can exist for a long time. And they're wondering if spirits or ghosts might not be a form of standing wave. The energy leaves your body, but it maintains its form and shape as a standing wave. But the thing
Like
is,
a residual, yeah.
but if it is a standing wave, it's not subject to time.
Mm.
So it can drift back and forth through time. So the ghost of your mother or father or grandfather might be visiting you, but they also could be drifting back in time to other times. I thought that was
Makes me
interesting.
think about the Star Trek episode with the ripple. I don't know if you remember that episode. There was
With the
this
what?
ripple, and once you get into Nexus, then
The movie, one of the movies, yeah.
you see like the past, present, and future and stuff like that in there.
Can you wake me up when you finish talking about Star Trek, please?
Oh,
Oh, no,
I
you're
love Star Trek. My cat's name for Star Trek. That's
I've
cool.
got a Doctor Who TARDIS over here.
Oh, I like Doctor Who. Not so much anymore. It's gone kind of weird the last couple of years, and I stopped watching it. But I used to love watching that show.
Me
With
too.
David Tennant, and
I've met David. I've met Peter. I've met.
I met Chuck Norris.
Me too. I've got a photograph with him.
There's so many remakes
I did
though,
that.
of the good shows, isn't it? Though.
Yeah. So I've got a question for Rob. Rob, you've wrote over 80 plus books.
Yeah,
Do you
he
have a
did.
particular speciality?
I'd have to say, I tend to do books mostly on UFOs and time travel, and anything related to that, like the Mandela effect. That's one of my books, and also quantum immortality. I came up with the idea of a hyper soul, quantum immortality. If there's all these different versions of us in different realities, our souls might be connected, because they say if you die in this timeline, you instantly pass into another one because your consciousness in this one ended. So in order for you to still have a consciousness continuing, it would be in another timeline. And they're saying that's quite probably the case, or at least some are saying that. And the end result is, I find that really intriguing. That you might just be one facet of a diamond, and that diamond is your hyper soul, and you're just one facet of that. You're just one part of it, one character of it. And I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, I'm a billionaire, you know. I have a Rolls Royce, and I have a big house.
I interviewed somebody a few weeks ago, and he come out with a comment that it kind of blew my mind. I don't know if you've heard of a guy called W.T. Watson. Goes by, his name's Travis, and he's written a few books on cryptids and things. And one of them he wrote about was the forest poltergeist.
Oh.
And because I was going to a Sasquatch convention this past weekend, I asked him if I could talk about it at the convention, and he said yes. So his theory is sort of like, you go into the forest and you're looking for Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Dogman, or whatever. And if you get things thrown at you, little pebbles, it's got to be a Sasquatch, right? If you hear...
I thought the Fae could throw pebbles too, though, don't they? Or...
Yeah. Excuse me, Jane, I was talking. Don't interrupt. Oh, it's your show.
I'm going to throw a rock too.
You're allowed to interrupt. Yeah, so you hear vocalizations. Got to be a Sasquatch. You see footprints. Got to be a Sasquatch. But then he goes, if you pick up those three things and put them into a domestic property, wet footprints, things being moved, noises. What have you got? You've got a poltergeist. And it kind of like, I hadn't thought about that. And the fact that he mentioned it, and I was, at this convention, there was Ken Gerhard was there. So because I'm there as a speaker, and Ken come up to me afterwards and went, that was a great lecture, because a lot of people go, oh yeah, I've got this like cast of this foot, and I've had this experience, and I've had that experience. But you kind of flipped everything on its head and spoke about the poltergeist in the forest, or the Fae, like you mentioned a couple of minutes ago. Why does it have to be an 8 to 10 foot hairy creature? Because a lot of the time we don't get physical evidence. We only get the noises, or the branch, or the pebble throwing, all the evident footprints. Who says it has to be, flesh and blood creature?
But it could be a crow. I've had crows pelt me with acorns.
That's because they don't like you, Rob.
I was just going to say, are they mad at you? Do you feed them?
Apparently I didn't, and that's why they were pelting me with acorns. I saw a study on that. Crows, if you mistreat a crow, not only does that crow hate you, but it gets spread around to his flock, and they all hate you.
They all remember. Yeah. They tell their babies.
They come in squadrons. They come in squadrons and go, there he is. There's that Rob Shelsky. Let's go get him.
Running and hiding my.
A murder of crows with acorns.
Yeah, murder of crows. Yeah, that's a great title, isn't it?
There you go. That's your next book.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
No, it's not, because I already looked it up on Amazon. There must be 50 books called A Murder of Crows. So if I use, it's a great title.
You could call it A Murder of Cats.
Or A Conspiracy of Cats. How's that?
There you go. That sounds more like a cat.
Oh.
Well, Lee, do you want to tell everybody where they can find your work and your stuff if they're looking for you?
Yep. So I have a Facebook page, which is the Paranormal Prism. I've got the YouTube page under the same name. We are actually moving platforms from our previous one to Riverside in the next couple of weeks. So I'll also be on Riverside in a few weeks. But yeah, if they type in the Paranormal Prism, you'll be able to find me.
Awesome. And that's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, and YouTube and Facebook. I'm on TikTok as well. And
there you go. Instagram?
I've kind of got Instagram, but I haven't figured out the algorithms for that yet.
How about you, Rob? Do you want to give a shout out to all your stuff?
Sure.
Thank you, Lee, for coming on.
More. I want more of that. I want it all the time. Whenever you focus up, there you go. But yeah, I'm on Amazon. You can get me on Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble, Simon & Schuster, Bermuda Press. I'm all over. Just Google me or go to Amazon Kindle and look at it.
Okay, folks. So we're gonna peace out with some. Like, what kind of music do you want to hear, Lee? Rap, rock,
Something spooky.
Yes.
something what?
Spooky.
Oh, spooky. Do I have anything spooky?
You should have
Okay.
something spooky.
Techno stuff.
Come on, Jen, you're a paranormal podcast.
I know. You gotta have spooky.
Can't get the staff, can we?
Here we go.
It's so
I
hard
don't
to
know if
get
it's playing or not.
I know, right? I know.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for being on the show today. Enjoy your September, and
You
we'll
too.
see you
Bye, guys.
again soon. I'm going to end
Bye
the
now.
recording here now.